and welcome to the Podcast Cafe. This is Future Skills with Lwazi Kamangele. You are listening to our feature, The Industry 4.0, looking at the digital impact in the different industries that we have and the workforce and skills required for the jobs of the future. I had the opportunity to have a conversation with their People Development Manager, Mr. Thamsanqa Ndlovu. We caught up over the telephone for an interview, and this is what he had to say. Take a listen and grasp. Over the past 100 years, UNITRANS has developed not only its people, UNITRANS has developed its products, developed its vehicles, developed machines, developed factories, developed companies, developed the land, developed the roads and developed their routes, developed countries and developed their economies. But most of all, UNITRANS has developed the way in which people experienced time.
At UNITRANS, my role is head of people development. So largely my focus is on the training and development.
And how long have you been there?
I celebrated 10 years in August this year. So I've been with the company for 10 years. The driver of today is different from the driver of a few years back. And the vehicle that's on the road, 10 years ago is different now. Our drivers they are operating machines and vehicles that are very highly computerized. And in fact, what I would even say is that the driver that you have now, your average age is going to be, between 38 and say 51. Most of those people have gone to school. They are computer literate. They know how to navigate technology. They understand, more than just the truck. And they are sensitive to their changing environment. And also, maybe just to add on that there's been a focus, particularly from the Transport Education Training Authority, the TETA, there's been a focus in making sure that skills development is more than just training a person to drive. That there has to be a trajectory that says, yes, you may be a driver now, but that driving occupation is a professional occupation. Also, the fact that in the supply chain and logistics space, particularly for us, as much as the driver and heavy is our core skill, there is a lot more that's happening to support that function. So you have people in operations, you have people in support functions like myself in the admin space that also, are part of the operation, and skilling and reskilling focuses on everyone in that manner. And my role pretty much focuses on making sure that all 9,500 plus employees of UNITRANS across the 10 countries in which we operate, that those employees equipped with skills, with knowledge and abilities to perform optimally. But beyond that, also ensure that employees gain the skills to adapt to the changing environment, because we've observed over the last few years, and I think maybe perhaps in the past decade and more, that the environment changes often and changes fast. And if employees are to perform in the contemporary conditions, they must have skills to adapt. They need to have the agility to innovate and problem solve quicker, because that is what gives you competitive advantage. So in a nutshell, that is the focus at UNITRANS. We also prioritize managing scarce and critical skills, because we understand that there is competition for top talent. And we take the view that as much as there is talent in the market, we have potential within the business. So we focus on developing our employees to the point where they gain the skills that they don't have. At the same time, we also understand that our employees naturally will get to a point where they get to retirement, they'll get to a point where there's, natural movement in terms of people's careers, and that you must have a viable talent pool that you tap into. And that's where we have perhaps a unique approach in that we believe, I mean, we don't have to be arrogant about this, but we believe that you don't have to develop external talent only to meet your needs, but then as a responsible organization, you want to make sure that you improve the employability of your youth that are leaving university, that are leaving technical colleges, so that at any point in the transport industry, when we need the skills, that they have been developed and that we've plowed into the community so that we can go back and find those skills. And you'll get my, in terms of that theme, that I'm now talking, in the sense of graduates, in the sense of, interns, apprentices, people that come in on our learnerships. But we will make sure that we invest in their development. We bring them into the company. We provide them with workplace experience, and we ensure that within the 1 year or 18 months that they spend in the company, they gain the skill to be employable in the industry, if not absorbed within UNITRANS. But obviously, first priority is we want to get return on training by absorbing the talent that we develop. And that's been our focus and pretty much the core deliverables in my role.
In your 10 years, I think you said there is also 10 or more other countries that where UNITRANS operates. Can you just take me a bit to that? How many countries does UNITRANS operate in, for those that don't know? And also, we tend to think transport is only truck or a car on the road. What are some of the divisions that are within a company like UNITRANS?
I want to, maybe before I give you in terms of the number of countries in which we operate and which countries those are. And obviously, 10 countries in the sub-Saharan region, that is Southern Africa people mostly. And before I get into that, we actually, from the past 100 years of UNITRANS' proud history, we've grown as an organization where we have acquired business in diverse sectors. So our focus is not limited to the UNITRANS truck and truck that you see on the road. And our sectors that we cover include agriculture, the sugar industry, includes mining, it includes warehousing, and obviously the bus sector as well. You would be familiar with UNITRANS bus services or UNITRANS passenger. And in terms of the countries that we operate in, you're looking at Botswana, we have presence in Botswana, in Namibia, in Madagascar, in Lesotho, Eswatini, in Zambia, in Malawi, in Tanzania, and obviously in South Africa as well as Mozambique. Those are the 10 countries in which we operate in. Our operations include more than just truckers. Because in our agriculture industry, you're looking at machine operators as well. In the sugar industry, you're looking at people that are operating machines in that space. Your yellow equipment, as most people know it. And that is pretty much the geographic footprint that UNITRANS has.
Very, very insightful indeed. UNITRANS, when I think of logistics and transport, it's more than just wheels and tar and the distance and the petrol. All right, it sort of gives us the right type of perspective for those looking at going into the transport logistics industry, but also most importantly, how digital has had an impact in the type of workforce, but most as well, the type of vehicles that we find today. And I hope this insightful podcast will reach the people that need to decide on career guidance, or if you just want to upskill. But most importantly, this is how we remain future ready. For myself, Thamsanqa Ndlovu, thank you so much. This is the Industry 4.0. Until next time, it's goodbye.